What's up, guys? So, today we are going to talk about something not NASCAR related, but Grand Theft Auto. So, unless you've been living under a rock recently, I'm sure all of you have heard and most likely seen the GTA leaks. I wasn't gonna put some of this stuff up, but you know what? I don't care. If they want to take it down, they'll take it down. It is what it is. I cannot really discuss any of this stuff without actually showing you what I'm talking about. It's hard to do that. So we're gonna start off by showing some of the early, and remember, this is early pre-alpha footage. That means this game is nowhere near uh, completion. Some people were actually complaining about the graphics, and it's ridiculous. This game is gonna look 100 times better by the time it releases. Maybe 100 times is a little overstating it, but just reminding you guys that this is pre-alpha footage. Um, the game is still maybe 2 to 3 years away. That's a long time. So this is still in pre-alpha. So keep that in mind. But the first thing I want to talk about is the location. Now, I know most of you are going to disagree. Uh, I was kind of hoping that Rockstar would make the decision to base GTA 6 on a new location. Um, I know that's not a popular opinion, but it's the reason I'm not that crazy about Vice City, and I know the game's gonna be great. I don't want people to get the false impression that I'm saying it's not gonna be good. The game's gonna be great. It's a Rockstar game. They've never disappointed. um, at least in the big sense of the word. Little details here and there sometimes, aren't quite what you want them to be, but for the most part, they do an amazing job. So the game's going to be great. Vice City's going to be great. But there's a reason why I'm not as excited about Vice City as a lot of most other people. And that is um, point blank. We just spent almost a decade on Grand Theft Auto 5. And by the time this game comes out, like I said, it's going to be another 2 to 3 years. That's going to be 12, 13, maybe more years of playing Grand Theft Auto 5, which is based on Los Angeles, right? This game's based on Florida, Miami. In all honesty, both environments, they have so many similarities that for me, it's gonna feel a little bit too close to what Grand Theft Auto 5 was. I'm not talking about graphics or anything like that. The game is gonna look better graphically. It's gonna have better detail. It's gonna be better in so many ways. But the feel of the environment, and I've always felt like the map is the most important aspect of any Grand Theft Auto game, or in fact, most open world games. It's like its own character, and you spend your time there, and you want to explore, and you want to just feel like the places that you're visiting are new and fresh. And yeah, it's not going to be exactly like Grand Theft Auto 5, but for me, it's too close for comfort. Los Angeles and Florida share a lot of similarities, especially Los Angeles and Miami. If you look at the background here. Yes, if you're from Florida, you will look at this and say, yeah, that's Florida. It looks like Florida. Rockstar does a great job of replicating what they want to replicate. But it's just the feel, right? If somebody said to you, this is a Los Santos expansion DLC pack, you could almost buy into it. It looks a lot like areas in Los Santos. So I'm not disappointed to the point where it's like, oh, this isn't going to be good. It's going to be a great game. But to me, that is just something that is a slight disappointment. But most people wanted Vice City. If you follow any of this stuff, 99.9% of people, this is what they wanted. So they're getting what they wanted. I'm not complaining. It's just I would have liked to have seen a brand new location. Um just to keep things fresh. It's and plus another thing people have to remember that Vice City, the original game that people remember so fondly, is because it a big part of its appeal was nostalgia. It was set in the 1980s, just like San Andreas was set in the 90s in Los Angeles. So that game had a very distinct feel to it, and it was largely based on nostalgia. Um, when you set a game in modern times, it's like, okay, you're living in this era. So it does lose something along the way. And, we just spent, like I said, all these years playing Grand Theft Auto 5, modern setting, Miami. Um, yeah, there's just a lot of similarities when you look around. This does look like something that you would find in Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm excited to play as a female character. You're going to have a female character and a male character. So it's going to be, instead of switching three characters, you're going to be switching between two characters, kind of a Bonnie and Clyde type of thing. But yeah, the game to me looks great. For keep in mind, like I said, it's pre-alpha footage. It's This game is not going to see the light of day for at least another 2 to 3 years at the earliest. And Rockstar is known for delaying games. So who knows when we're going to see this game? But this is nowhere near and the release date, and yet lots of detail. This game looks amazing to me. For if you're looking at it as a pre-alpha, at the pre-alpha stage. But like I said, sunny, warm climate, tropical climate, palm trees. Look at the background. Yeah, you know what? It just looks a lot like GTA 5, a better looking version, but still. So, yeah, I mean, that's my only little gripe. And I'm not complaining that loudly about it. It is what it is. I'm sure that the map is going to be huge. It's going to have a lot of detail and diverse areas. So I'm not super worried about it. Just wanted to point that out. That for me, that's my biggest concern. It's just going to be like we just spent, it's like you go on vacation to, uh, you know, to the Caribbean. And then from there, a month later, you go back on vacation, but now you go to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, or something like that. Or instead of like another place, Barbados or whatever, you're still in some tropical climate. And these places all look the same. Now, there are a lot of important places that are particular to Miami and Los Angeles. And those areas are reminders of where you are. So, yeah, there are going to be differences. But, yeah, it just feels a lot like GTA 5. You look here, here's one of those distinct places. This is, I believe, the boardwalk on the Miami Strip, where all those hotels are by the beach. Everybody knows this. This also was a scene in Scarface. So this is a very iconic location. So yeah, this is cool. It looks great. I'm really digging this character. She's built nicely. So yeah, the game's looking good. I'm really excited. Like I said, that's really one of the things I'm kind of iffy on. Just like going from Los Angeles to Miami, it's like I wish it would have been a little different. But anyhow, let's move on from that. Yeah, you could see there. This is the Kington Hotel or what they're working on. So yeah, Miami. but this could easily be somewhere in LA and you wouldn't know. This again looks like GTA 5. So it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not. I hope you don't take it that way, but I'm excited for this regardless. But still, let's admit it, it does have a lot of similarities. But people wanted Vice City, and Rockstar's giving it to them. And I'm sure the story's going to be great. Um, these characters are going to be great, and there's going to be a lot of details in this world. And you could see the character model over here is not finished. So this game is a long way from being finished, and it looks great in my opinion. Here's another part where the other character that you play as, I don't remember his name. I know the girl is Lucia. I don't remember if this guy's name is Jim or something. But look, hold on a second. Take a look. Oh fuck, I messed that up. Let's look out the window right there. This looks like GTA 5, right? I'm not going crazy or anything. Um, but yeah, it kind of looks like this could be part of GTA 5 when you look out the window and you see out into the distance. Oh, hold on a second. You're gonna see another. You could see outside. So yeah, I'm excited, but it's like I think they could have done something. Now, the rest of the video, you're gonna be seeing the original Vice City, and inside the mall. And this is one of the other things I wanted to talk about that I'm really hoping we see with GTA 6 that we haven't really seen in GTA 5 at Los Santos, that whole map, huge map, but a large part of that map isn't really put to full use. And I want to see more interiors. I think interior spaces are more interesting sometimes than the outdoor spaces because you can do a lot more here. If you spent any time on Grand Theft Auto 5, especially online, most of the time you're outdoors and you're at the mercy of people in jets, these oppressors, these ridiculous vehicles and weapons. I think they went way too far with it. And the game feels a lot more like Saints Row than it does Grand Theft Auto. So I'm hoping they tone it down a little bit. And maybe it does seem like they want to introduce some of the gameplay mechanics of Red Dead Redemption 2, which is great. Little details like not being able, only being able to carry a certain amount of weapons. I hope that really transfers. I don't like the over the top nature. I know Grand Theft Auto has always been over the top, but I do wish they would tone it back just a little bit. I don't think you should be able to carry a million different weapons. The vehicles have become all this military grade stuff that they introduced to Grand Theft Auto 5. I know that it's most likely going to, come back for Vice City because they're going to want to monetize, and that's where they do it. But I just think the games are better when they're a bit toned down and you don't have all that. And I want to be able to explore a lot of interior spaces. When you're stuck just outdoors, like I said, you're out in the open and you could do a lot of interesting things. And that was another thing that I found a little bit disappointing with Grand Theft Auto 5. Huge map. It is an impressive map, but a large section, as I said, just not a lot to do. A lot of dead space. This is why most people spend most of their time in the downtown area of the map where the city is. Because most of the rest of the map is kind of desolate. But you can change a lot of these things by having a lot of interior spaces. We didn't. There's no big mall in Grand Theft Auto 5, which was shocking to me. When I first played the game, I was expecting to see a lot of that stuff. Not in the game. And this is one of the coolest things about the original Vice City, that being able to go into this mall. They didn't do a lot with it. It was only the basis for one or maybe two missions. Not They really didn't incorporate a lot of it into the game, but as you could see here, it's pretty decent sized inside. Not a lot of AI roaming around, but remember how old this game was? much older hardware. But with today's technology, Grand Theft Auto 6, these modern consoles, you could really fill this area with a lot of AI, a lot of things going on, a lot of things to do. Another thing that I thought they missed the mark on with GTA 5 was the ocean area. They put so much detail underwater, but it's never anything people go to. Who does anything in the water in Grand Theft Auto? Even in the story mode, there's just a handful of missions where you're on the water, underwater, and they put so much time and resources into making that underwater area full of life. And to me, it was a waste of resources. Like they could have done more to add more interiors throughout the game. There's no airport interior, big airport. You can't explore the interior. It's just wasted opportunities. And this is one way they can really add a lot to GTA 6. So I'm hoping they do that. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much covers most of my thoughts on that. They could do so much, even surrounding the map on the water. Imagine having a cruise ship that is always never in the same area, right? But navigating around the map. And you can actually go and board the cruise ship. And the interior of the cruise ship can look a lot like this. Anybody that knows anything about cruise ships, they're basically floating cities. And imagine having a cruise ship or two roaming around the map. And you can find this ship and board it. You could rob people, do cause all kind of mayhem, and just roam the interiors, explore, and have it full of AI. You know, people on the ship and being able to explore the ship. And there's so much you can do with an idea like that. I'm sure we're not going to see that, but if I was a developer, that's where I would focus on things like that to make it interesting. How about putting an oil platform or an oil rig out in the ocean that you can go and there's actually AI on that oil rig working, and you can go out there on a boat or a submarine or whatever and board the oil rig and cause mayhem. There's so much you can do that involves interior spaces. And that's what I'm hoping Rockstar actually puts more detail into. If it's just going to be mostly outdoor only spaces, I don't know how the appeal of the game is going to be, down the line, long term. We're stuck with Grand Theft Auto 5 because Rockstar just doesn't put out a lot of games anymore. They work on games for years and years, then they'll put it out. Amazing games. This game's going to be amazing. I look forward to it. I can't wait to get more information about the game. I am super excited about it. But like I said, these are the concerns I have, and it's mostly related to the map. The story's going to be great. The characters are going to be great. Rockstar never misses on that front. And a lot of the details that of the things they did with Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm sure are going to also uh, come back for Grand Theft Auto 6. So yeah, what do you guys think? What do you agree with? Disagree with? Those are my thoughts. Really excited about this stuff. Um, and hopefully this video doesn't get taken down for a while. I know at some point it's gonna get taken down. Yeah. So those are my thoughts. I look forward to your comments later.